everybody, I'm back. Okay, so I've switched computers. Yay! Let's just make sure everyone's back in here, and I'm going to let's see if anybody else is here. Hey everybody, let's get alerts going. I'm gonna put this in the top of it. All right, I'm back. I'm super duper sorry. I switched computers. I'm going to wait for people to come back. I'm so sorry. I probably should put in here that I fixed computers and right in here, I switched computers, so this shouldn't happen again. Hey everybody. Okay. Hi, Nina. I'm so sorry. This new computer thing, we switched back to my old computer. I think we should be good because if Bob can tell me, I am hardwired in now, right? Correct, Bob? Okay. All right. So I was on, get back into this. I am waiting. The lady who asked me, birthday's July 9th, 1969. I'm waiting for her to come back. And when she comes back, I will do reading for her. Hey, everybody. Hey, guys. All right. So what I'm going to do is move on to another question. And when this other lady comes back, I'm going to go jump back to her real quick. Okay. All right. So we've Nina, Shabana, Lala again. Hi. Princess. Thanks for coming back. Vanessa. Hi. Tina. Hey. Okay. So we're back. Please like this live stream again and then subscribe. If you could like the live stream, I promise this will be it. This is going to be it. Okay. Hi, Kush Patari. Okay. So what I'm waiting for is a woman. I did not write her name down. I'm so sorry. Her birthday is July 9th, 1969. When she comes back, what I'm going to do is jump over to her. Let me go to Nina. Nina, you and I are birthday twins. I have the same birthday. I'm a little older than you, but same birthday. It's a great day to have a birthday. Your spirituality consists, well, first of all, you're a hella fun of person. So am I. You feel like a fireball to me, Nina. So I'm getting the words, cool your jets, Nina, cool your jets. What you want to do is plan carefully. And they're telling me that you aren't planning as carefully as you should be for your life in general. And I understand that because that is definitely the consistency of a Sagittarius. So let me see what your life path is telling you. So your 3 attitude and a 5. Oh, that's why they're telling me that. Nina, you are all about freedom. You want to fly, you want to travel, you want to do lots of things. You really came into this world, I'm seeing it now. You really came into this world, especially with this combination of life path and attitude, to really do everything and breathe life in. The word for a 5 is definitely freedom. So if you could tell me, just validate for me what I'm seeing is correct or a little off, because that'll help me adjust a bit of what I'm seeing. But what I'm seeing, Nina, is that you are feeling a little held back. You're feeling a little nailed down. And 5s don't like that, especially Sagittarius 5s. There needs to be a way for you to have your own set of rules and your own set of life. You just do life on as it is. And there's people around you who may not necessarily understand you. Nina, do you feel like the oddball in your family? What I'm seeing is, okay, I called myself the white sheep of the family. Okay. Because I don't really get along with the family of origin. And for the longest time, I felt like I was like the odd girl out. And then I realized that, like, they're all the black sheep. I'm the white sheep. That's kind of the same thing I'm getting with you, Nina, that you feel kind of not like you gel. And what happens when people don't feel like they are gelling with their family? And yeah, what happened is you came into this life in a different family from your soul group. So they're not in your soul group. And you did that for a reason. So it was help you learn. They're telling me it's helped me learn to tame yourself. Okay. So you don't have to become like your family. But you learn that there's other ways of being, but your family doesn't really get you, and that's okay. So, but they love you. That's what I'm seeing. That's fine. The major message for you, Nina, is that whatever's tying you down, it feels necessary, but you can find a way around that. You can find a way to be free, but also kind of be tethered to a point. Travel. Are you in college now, or are you in a job that had you take away? You're way far. I feel it way far. And I feel like you were like running to get there. So yeah. So what they're telling me, your spiritual message is you need to find a way that kind of grounds you a little bit, but you can be free, because a 5, when you are not happy, turns into somebody who has more of addictive qualities. So if it's shopping or eating or hoarding or even drugs and alcohol, like it's all addiction qualities. When a 5 have a life path of a 5 is not feeling free, they tend to turn towards those kinds of things. You're waiting for your first job to come. Okay. I'm seeing travel, Nina. Are you in one place, or are you looking outwardly? Because they're saying you need to look outwardly more than this little space that you have been looking. Okay. Ooh, maybe my messaging thing will help it here, and I can see Bob now. Nina, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to move on to another question. Okay. All right. You're looking all around. Okay. I'm going to come back to you, Nina, in a minute. I'm going to get to somebody else. Stick around. I'm going to see what else is coming through for that. Okay. Let's go to Shravana. What is coming in love for you? So 6. All right, Shravana, you're a master number 33 with a life path of 6, which means that you are a builder in life. Oh, Lena, hey. Okay, yeah. Let me go back to you in 1 second, Lena, okay? I have it right here, okay? I'm sorry, Lena. We switched the computers. We're all good. Okay. So, Shravana, you're a 33 life path, which means you're a master builder. Like you can really take things and make whatever you want out of life. And the 6 is very grounded. You love nature. You love animals. You're very caring. And when a 6 is not on the positive, proper life path, what happens is they become very bitter and overly controlling. So people might have called you like a control freak in the past, like you're too controlling. And that's because when you're not happy or you're not positive, that's what happens. That's how you try to control your environment, is you become overly like over everybody. What I'm feeling for you right now is you're not negative, but you're not exactly on the positive side yet either. And that's where this question of love is coming. They're telling me that you are looking for love to validate you, which a lot of people do. I think if you're here every week with me, I say this to 1 or 2 people every week. And it's something that we're taught to do. It's something we're taught to look for somebody to complete us. What's that movie? Jerry Maguire, You Complete Me. You complete yourself, like complete yourself and then find somebody to love you. Nobody's ever going to completely complete you, because if you are not complete yourself, you're going to attract somebody who is also incomplete and like broken. So what's coming for love for you? I see a line of suitors. I see you're going to have people who love you, your choice of people to love. The main thing is you need to know if you feel respected and if you feel like somebody asked me a couple weeks ago, like, how do you know somebody loves you? And the real answer to that question is when they go out of their way to do something for you that they didn't have to do and actually made life harder for them, but they're doing it because they love you. That's how you know someone loves you. Like Bob just came in here to switch my computer. He didn't have to do that. Like that's how you know someone loves you. It's not anything what you see in the movies or anything. It's a matter of feeling respected and a matter of feeling like somebody is loving you so much that they take that extra time to make sure you're taken care of. That's what you need to think about when you have all of this choice for a love connection. All right, I hope that answered your question. I'm going to get back to Lena's question before what happened before. Lena, your birthday is July 9th. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, I got it, Lena. Okay. Okay, so Lena, I started talking to you about your relationship right when I read that question. Was that there was a bit of tension, disrespect in that relationship, which is why this is connecting. They're saying you need to actually be sure that you want the reconciliation to happen. And if it's not, like, if you're not looking for that relationship to be rekindled because it's more comfortable and that's what you knew, because there's a difference between being comfortable and actually being happy and in love. A lot of my clients are doing this. And side note, I do help people through spiritual awakening and spiritual. If you're lost spiritually, you go to the link at the top to join Patreon. Today's the last day for a $5 membership, so make sure you want to get in there. And I'll talk about that later. So Lena, you want to really, really soul search with yourself why you would like to rekindle this. Okay? Because I do see the opportunity being there. And they're saying you need to consider why it fell apart to begin with. I feel like you gave 70% of this relationship and the other person gave like 30. Would that be accurate? Would that be accurate to say? Okay. Future. Okay. Future. So here's the thing with future, and this goes out to everybody. So I will tell Lena what I see for her future, but what that means is that I'm looking at the probable future. So we all have choices to make. Like every choice we make in every day changes our future, changes a little bit. So like, let's say you would just get up and quit your job tomorrow. Okay. That would shift your future a big way. But if you just take a different road to work tomorrow, that shifts your future a little bit. Okay. So every single choice we make shifts the future, but I can see the future right now and what it looks like for you. So let me get back to, what did I say? Your life path. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting a life path of an 8. Lena, have you heard that before, that your life path's an 8? It's very practical, very, very practical. Lena, I see you drinking wine, like in a vineyard. Is this something you do? Do you go wine tasting? I'm definitely seeing you having a nice time with like friends, and it feels like it's in a vineyard kind of an atmosphere. This is what I'm seeing in the future. Huh. So what is this then? Hold on. Let me keep going with it. So I'm looking around the table, and it's you, and then there's 2 women across from you. Definitely a vineyard. And you're very just having a very nice time. The reconciliation is definitely an opportunity to have a reconciliation. Definitely. The question, though, is you need to consider if you want to have it. So I see your road splitting here. So there's a way that you can go this way, which would be kind of not reconciling and then going your own way. And I'm definitely seeing 3 people. It's you and 2 other women having a very nice time. And it looks like a vineyard to me. And then there's another path where you would reconcile that's still kind of, it's like grayed out. I don't see the future yet for that one. And what that tells me is that other person may not be there yet. So when that other person is there, I mean, I do see the opportunity, but that other person has to be there. Does that make sense for you, Lena? Because I don't feel like the other person is there quite yet. And that's what gives me a little bit of a caution, a little bit of a pullback, a little bit. Give me 1 second. Yep, you guys, if you're new here, please ask a question, put your date of birth in, like this live stream, and subscribe to my page. I'm going to put a pause, Lena, just give me 1 second. What I want you guys to do is subscribe to this page. And then also I have a contest going to get a free reading from me. You just have to go to, I think I put it in the link on the top, keytohappiness.com. Yep, this link here is for the contest. And then today's the last day to join my membership program on Patreon for $5, and it's going to be going away today. Okay, so if you want all the exclusive material that I give to my members and access to me on a one-on-one basis, you would head over to Patreon, which is at the top of the chat list, and click Become a Member. And I'll put that here too. And check out what I do, because this is just what I do on the weekends for fun, do readings. I'm more of a spiritual counselor. I use the guides, I use the universe, I use, my gifts to help people get through their spiritual awakenings and any kind of challenges they're having in their life. And that's all over on Patreon. So, okay, Lena, I'm back on you. Hold on. I'm going to finish this up, Lena, okay? They're telling me, Lena, that you have very limiting beliefs, that you very much have this belief that your life has to go, and you've always had this. You've always had this, where your life has to go this way. And it has to go this way because that's the way it's supposed to go. And it hasn't gone that way. And you kind of feel like a failure in some respect, that you feel like, well, what did I do wrong? Why couldn't I make life go that way? And the answer is to that if things aren't working out the way you want them to, it's for a reason that the universe is saying that shouldn't happen that way. So they want you to stop fighting so much against the grain, against what you want, because how you want this to happen is not going to happen. What you want to happen, a job and money, is going to come to you when you open yourself up to trust the universe to bring it to you rather than controlling it. And that means controlling the situations, controlling where you are, controlling where, all of it. Just let the universe control and give you what you need and flow with it, flow with the universe, because that's really, really important. The universe knows more about us and can support us more than we know. We just have to let go of control and allow the universe to do that. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Bob, I don't know where I am with questions here. I'm probably my messaging system up. Lala. Okay, so I was back to Lala, you working in a building. Yes, I was asking you that, Lala, right? If you were walking into a building, you were asking me about March 15th, correct? Over the last 4 live streams. Sorry. Okay, so Lala, yeah, you were the one to ask me about that, correct? That March 15th, I see you walking into a building. And what I was saying is I see it like being this big institutional building, and it feels good. It feels like I want to go, whew. This is where you're supposed to be. If there's a question on March 15th, I think the answer, if you're asking me something's coming on March 15th, you're very much clearly going to know what the steps you should take. It's not going to be hidden. It's not going to be shadowed in any respect. The only shadow you're going to have is if you put over it and you question, well, what do I do? What do I do? No, what you need to do is just look at what's presented to you and understand anything positive presented to you is coming from the universe, from a place of love. And it feels really good. It does. It feels really good. What I'm feeling is a little bit of apprehension from you. So you want to let go of that apprehension, because when you let go of that apprehension is also called resistance. So if you think about, cutting wood against the grain or trying to swim upstream, that's what we do when we resist things and we have apprehension, is we're not flowing. You want to flow. And when you flow, Lala, it feels really good to me. Okay. All right. Do you see me get anytime soon? Okay. Small business. Is that the small business contract? Bob can answer that question for me too. Let me get your life path. So you're born June 13th, 1993. Okay, so you have an attitude of 1. Okay, and you have a life path of a 5. It's interesting you're asking me about a contract. Because you also have freedom. Like, your life path is a freedom life path. Abenika, is that Abenika? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. You have a very free spirit about you. So this contract does feel a bit restrictive. I do see you getting a contract. I do see it happening. I see you not being exactly happy with it, though, because of the restrictions. Okay, what are they saying? Okay, they're saying that you need this, though, in order to move forward. So you need to learn about having these restrictions, because your attitude's a 1, which is the opposite of a 5. And a 1 is very much, I don't know how long you've been on here, but 1 is very much, you need it kind of written down, you're black and white, where a 5 is like, hey, where's the party? Okay, so it's a good combination to have. What you need to learn, though, is about keeping things organized. Okay, so when you get a contract, keeping it organized is going to help you get further. And that's what you need to learn in order to be free. And a 5 is all about freedom. So you will obtain that freedom once you learn how to organize through whatever restrictions this is from this contract. But yeah, I do see you getting a contract. Hope that helped. Ask me if you have any other questions, okay? If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna take a sip here. Hey, Bob got me this. I love this so much. It keeps things really cold. Okay. Where am I at now? Twilight. I'm looking at the marriage between S and L. I do feel like they're going to get married. I think there's some contention in that relationship. There's tension. Is that true, Twilight? There's some tension in this relationship between S and L. Let me know. What I'm seeing is it's like they're competing against each other. Like one can't be better than the other. They also feel really young. So I don't know if it's a young spirit or if they are younger. But I do see the marriage happening. I think they both need to compromise. Hey, Gaggy. I got disconnected too, Gag. Don't worry. Okay. So I think they need to compromise Twilight in order to make this marriage or this relationship work, because they both are very strong personalities. They have fun together, though. They have fun together. Yeah. It's like it's like, okay, this is exactly what I'm seeing. It's like they're competing to each other. So the one can validate the other one. They need to feel validated. Okay. And they're not feeling validated. So one of them is doing more. So this one will validate them. but it doesn't happen. So this one does more. So this one will validate them. And really all that needs to happen is for these two people just to say, I love what you're doing. I support everything about what you're doing. And all of the tension will dissipate. They're asking for the same thing from each other. But they're not giving what they want to each other. It's interesting. They need the same thing. They both just need to be loved and validated. And marriage, the word October is coming up, but I don't think it's this October. I think it's next October. And it feels more peaceful. It feels peaceful when this happens. Like everything, it feels like right now there's some tension and it's going to kind of like come to a head, and then everything's going to be fine. Does that make sense to you? Does that make let me know if that makes sense to you, Twilight? Okay. You got a job and so okay. I'm back on Twilight for 1 second. So Bob, not Bob. Sorry. So is it something about you inside of you that's saying, like, I need a job in order to be validated? I need a job to be loved? Because those are two different things. Okay. At our core root, and to survive, we need a job to survive. You don't necessarily need a job to be loved. So explore that within yourself, Twilight. Okay. Because I think that's your question. Let's see. Pachu Patel. Be safe as my mother is causing one. Will I be safe? Okay. Do you, Patel, do you have your birth date down here so I can look up your, I don't think you gave your birthday. Will I be safe as my mother's causing me a lot of problems? Can you give me your birth date, please? Okay, I'm going to go to text storytelling and then back to Sabrina. Okay. Text storytelling is the one that's drawing to me. Hold on. Text storytelling, what they're telling me is that you're using everybody else's admiration of you to validate yourself. And when you don't have that validation, you question your mere existence. Like, do I even exist? Text story. I don't think anything about you has changed other than the fact that you are so needing other people to kind of fill up your happiness bucket. And you need to fill it up yourself rather than letting everybody else do it for you. Because what happens is if you allow other people to fill your happiness bucket up and they take it away, then you're feeling very resentful and it feels like you have to go after that person to get them back. And when you have happiness within you about yourself and somebody goes away, then you're fine. You're fine. It might hurt a little bit, but it's not like you have to go seek revenge. And that's what I'm seeing right now is you have a tendency to go seek revenge on people you feel that hurt you. So that would be something to work on within inside yourself. It's called shadow work, shadow with ourselves. We all have shadows. We all have things about ourselves that we don't necessarily like and we don't want people to see it, but they're part of our ego and they're part of our way that we survive in this world without spirituality. And that's definitely something that needs to be worked on with everybody is the shadow work. I'm going to go back up to, okay. Shabana, birth date of October 14th, 98. Let me get your love question. Let me know if you're still here, Shabana. Just give me a hey. So. Okay, so attitude of 6, 10. Okay. You're 6, 6. Okay, so, and you also have a master number over 3. coming in love for you? Okay, they're showing me what's coming in love for you is something they're using the word dreaming, like exactly what you've been dreaming for is coming. But don't expect too much from this relationship at first. A very professional person, very nice looking, but if you go into this relationship too quickly, you will scare the relationship off. So just bide your time. But what you want is coming. Okay? All right. Next. Let's see. If I did that one. Did that one. Lena. Yep, did that one. Vanessa. Okay. Finding my soul tribe. Okay, this is a good question, Vanessa. Very good question. So Vanessa's question is, I'm not feeling like I understand what my spirit guides are trying to tell me, what my life purpose is, and finding my soul tribe. What do you see coming in? Those are like a lot of different questions wrapped up in one. Let me get her life path. And what I want to do is explain to all of you, because I think all of you could use this information and understand it. Okay. So your birth dates. Oh, you're slightly younger than me. Okay. Okay, so your attitude is a master number of 11 with a 2. And you're a 3. Check that one more time. Seven. Okay. So your questions about your spirit guides are trying to tell you. What signs are they giving you? Because I feel as if they're telling me that you're seeing their signs, but you're questioning their signs. You're questioning them. You're questioning if it's real. So are there signs that you're seeing that you're specifically not understanding? Okay. Yeah. Right. Thought I was right. Okay. So your 3 life path. Okay. And that makes a little bit more sense of what I'm seeing. So you're not seeing it because as a 3, what you're tending to do, Vanessa, is that when you don't like something or somebody, but you want to keep them in your life, you change what they are in your mind. And this is how 3s often get manipulated by people, is because they tend to change people who they are, like into good people, when really they aren't good people. So they're telling you there's somebody in your life. That's what they're telling you. There's somebody in your life that doesn't make you feel very good, but you're keeping them there because you think this person, is justified. You're making excuses for them. So Vanessa, what you need to do is take a really good look. Take yourself emotionally out of the situations. Take yourself emotionally out of your life and look around your life. And there's a person in your life that's not very good for you. And you know that, but you're keeping them there for a reason. And that reason really is just for your comfort rather than your own self-worth, your love. So, and it's somebody who's very close to you. So keep that in mind. That's what they're trying to tell you. They're also telling me very clearly that you see their signs. Yeah, you see these signs that they're telling you, Vanessa. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore the signs, because when you think it's a sign, like nobody ever looks at something and later goes, oh, that was a sign. When you see a sign, it is a sign. Okay. I mean, there's no other better way to explain that than just saying, yeah, you are seeing signs from your spirit guides. You are seeing numbers. You are seeing things that should be red flags for you. And they would like you to pay more attention to those. All right. It's for your own well-being. It has nothing to do with, your work, your future, anything. It has to do with your right now, where you're in a space of, you're very, very, I feel like you're so lost, which would be why you're looking for all these signs. Have confidence in yourself that you are seeing what you're seeing. Yeah. Okay. The next part of your question is your life purpose. Okay, so life purpose for everybody is a little different because we come in to learn lessons through, we make a blueprint before we're born. Like we actually plan out large events, who we're going to be involved with. And then if that doesn't happen because of something else that happened, we make contingency plans. So your life purpose, I'm seeing is you're very good at communicating with people. You're very good at making people feel comfortable is the word I'm finding. You're finding the word. You're supposed to be a comfort to people in what you have chosen to do, either in your career or just in your life. People are very drawn to you. So when we're looking for this big life purpose, like we're taught like, okay, and this is a very American thing. And I know I've talked to people all around the world. It's very American thing to be like, you're going to change the world. You're going to be this big, big person. Okay. You don't have to be like this big influential person to change the world. Okay. All of us are changing the world. We all are. Okay. So just because our like expectations are we're going to be up here, when really we're just living kind of like a normal life, but you are changing lives. You're making people comfortable. You're keeping them happy. Are you a nurse? Are you a caretaker? Is that what I'm seeing, Vanessa? That you have something to do with caretaking. And if you aren't, that's where you should be. But I think you are. Okay, I see that quick question there about your children's father. Same question, same thing I kind of said to Lena before is there's a reason you guys broke up, and that hasn't gone away. I mean, if anything, I'm feeling like that's kind of gotten worse. And he's coming back because I'm just going to say it. They're saying that you're the only one that really put up with him for a long time. And like he wants that, but is that good for you? Okay. That's really the bottom line here. All right. Your other question is your soul tribe. So when you feel the connection with somebody, your soul tribe is, it's kind of a pop culture term. I mean, when you have a soul connection with somebody, you feel it right away. I mean, it's like, you know them. And honestly, a lot of these people in your soul tribe, your soul group, are people who are like adversarial to us because we've planned it that way. We've planned our life to come in and have somebody who's a really good friend on the other side come in and be a struggle to deal with here because we're teaching each other lessons. But the easy answer is you already have people in your soul group with you. There's no like fireworks or bells or anything that goes off. It's that feeling inside of you, yes, you are my person, that you belong with me. It's that feeling. Okay. Last question from Vanessa is, what do you see coming in? Well, I can't see very clearly either direction, Vanessa, because I don't think you've made up your mind with this specific person yet. So when you make up your mind, there's three different routes that could go with. The best route that I'm honestly seeing, and I'm not here to tell anybody to do anything, but the best route I'm honestly seeing you take is the one where you're by yourself and you find who you are at the core and live life for you to be happy. Because what's the best thing we can give our children is to be happy, right? So you don't really want to get back into a codependent relationship. So that's the best thing that I see for happening for you. Okay, Vanessa? You can choose to do something different, completely your choice. But when I'm looking at the future, the three options that I see that are the strongest, that's the best one for you. Thank you for the question. If you're new here, please like this live stream. We've had over 20 people on here so far. I only have 10 likes, so let's get that like number up. And subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the bell so you know every time I go live. Also, oh, thanks. Okay, I'm glancing over. Yeah, Bob, we have a special list because the comments kind of distract me when I'm like connecting. So usually I have the comments off. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I have the comments off so I can concentrate on what I'm seeing because every time it blips up, it kind of distracts me. So we have your questions. Stick around. I'm doing them in order. Okay. All right. So Lala. Lala, the state you're going to be going to, hold on. I'm seeing the Midwest. My mom, I don't know why, like the Midwest, like my mom went to like Oklahoma University, like I'm seeing that area for Texas. It's like the middle. And although you're going to be apprehensive about it, I think it's going to be the perfect spot for you because I feel like, Lala, you just need a break from all of this. You just need a break. So when that comes to you, what I want you to do is anything that comes in the Midwest is what you need to be looking at. Okay. All right. Okay, wait. I wanted to go back to Patel. Did he give us? Did we get a birthday for him? Her. Pusha Patel. Let me look back real quick. When you put your questions, you guys have to put your birth dates in, okay? Because I have to. It's how I connect. It's just how I connect. Okay. Let's go to next one up is Neelam. Hey, Neelam. Okay. Yeah, Neelam, when you start to feel lighter, that's definitely a good, when you're coming out of the dark night of the soul, you do feel lighter. What I'm seeing though is that you need to be reminded, Neelam, to not let any of that negativity back into you. All right. Don't let anything negative into you. When you're coming out of the dark night of the soul, it's really, really easy to go backwards to what you used to be. But we don't want that, right? We don't want to be that person we used to be. We want to be better. We want to be a higher level of vibration. So what you want to do is make sure, because you have great things to be done in this world. That's what they're telling me. You have great things to be done in this world, and you need to leave the negativity behind, because you're going to be holding yourself down like a balloon, like a rock with a balloon, if you don't let it go. There's something specific that they're referencing. So make sure that you're filling yourself up with pride and self-respect and unconditional love for yourself as you come out of the dark night. Those are the important things to remember, Neelam, okay? Okay, Gaggy, your exhibition. Yeah, I don't care if we put Gaggy's stuff on here. Bob, you can put her profile on here. I don't care. YouTube holds all the profiles, but Gaggy's a really good follower of mine. So you can go ahead and put Gaggy's, she makes handmade soaps called Simply Suds, and she's going to give you the Instagram profile. Bob can put that in for you. No, I didn't say it wasn't the correct one for you, Gaggy. I said I wanted you to make sure that you got a good spot, because it seemed like you need a good spot. And that's why I was asking you where they position people, because I've been involved in these before. You need to ensure that you get a spot like right where people walk in or when they're leaving, so people can see you, because they miss the middle a lot, especially if they just kind of glance around, they don't see anything. You need a spot where you are seen by everybody. Okay, that's my advice for you there, Gaggy. I'm going to come back to you, Sabrina. All right. Where are we here? I did see a question that I thought okay. All right. Jeanette, I have Little Goose. Let's do Little Goose. Then you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I like that. All right, so we're going to do Little Goose. You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? And then Jeanette. Okay? Jeanette and Mr. Krabs, I need your birthdays. Little Goose. Let's go. 11, 15. A lot of 5s today. Wow. It's funny. Every week I'll get back to you. Put your question in again, okay? Every week I get the same amount. I get the same numbers. This week's 5. Okay, so Little Goose, you are a 5. I'm going to glance right up here to see if this question. Kushi. I don't see it on the list. Bob, can you find the question that he's asking about if he was skipped? Because I don't see it on the list. Okay. All right. So Little Goose, you are a 5. That means freedom. All right, let's see. Asking about a classmate. I don't have any feelings one way or the other. What I'm seeing is you need to put yourself out there and let this person know that there is a possible love match here. This person's quiet. Is this person very quiet? Because I'm feeling them feeling very like shrunk in. But when you put yourself out there in a polite and not a way that's going to be completely on top of this person, because they will not react well to that. Just approach them kind of quietly and politely, and it will go along well. I don't think they're at the place where they really know where they want to be with relationships yet. And that's why I'm not feeling it from the other side. Okay, so this makes sense. A 5, it means freedom. A 5 means freedom, okay? That you don't like to be tied down. You like to be travel. You like to have fun. You very much are like the light of the party. And where this other person that you're referencing is not like that. But sometimes that's good when you balance each other out like that. So yeah, they're just saying, just approach this person and, be nice and open, but just don't be too like, okay. Okay. Let me get the questions all situated here. I said, you feeling it now, Crabs? And then Jeanette's next. Okay. Did I get a birth date? Jeanette. Okay, I did see you put your birth date up here. Okay. There we go. Bob, if it's going too fast for you, Bob, I can put this on the chat. I can put the chat on slow mode if you need me to. All right. Yeah, so I'll put Nina. So I'm doing Mr. Krabs and then Jeanette and then Nina. Yeah, Nina is next, actually. Okay, here we go. All right, so your attitude number is a 3. And your life path is a 7, Mr. Krabs. So, and that's good. It's nice balance. The 7 is very much very spiritual, very like if you were raised with religion, you very much feel that because the religion, spirituality feels like home to you, no matter what religion it is. It just feels like home. And then as a 3 attitude, you add the sense of communication and fun into your life path. 7s also have a lot of logic to them. Your love life, I see as you attract people through your personality. You attract people through just simply being in the room. They're telling me you need to look past what's outside of the person that you see. And don't discount people that aren't really your type, aren't really what you would think. You do need to just pause a little bit and look at everything because you're missing this person. You're missing this person. This person's going to be more reserved than you are, Mr. Krabs. Okay, this person's going to be more reserved, and you might look at this person as like boring, but it's exactly what you need. They're not boring. They're not what you're thinking they are. They're just quieter than you are. So I see that coming. June is highlighted for me. So June would be when you're going to be smack dab in the middle of it, and this person's going to be right there for you to look and say, hey, here I am. Okay. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm going to move on to Jeanette now. Purpose in life. You don't understand. I did see your birthday up here. Give me 1 second. Jeanette, thank you. Okay. Well, there's a reason you don't understand your life purpose, Jeanette. It's because if you've been around here before, you'll hear me say this. Okay. Jeanette, so your life, your guides, let me just get the right question, because I think I remember how, okay. You were asking about, you don't understand your life purpose, and you are a life path of a 2 with a master number 11. But a 2 is what I jokingly call the aliens of the planet, because you feel like you don't belong here, because you are so much love and light. You are so much balance. You want everyone to get along. And we've incarnated in Earth, which is very much not a place where people get along. So you've questioned a lot, Jeanette, where it's like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't feel comfortable here. This is not what I thought it was going to be. So okay, they're telling me to clarify which area I'm looking at. Let me look one more time, Jeanette, because I thought you were asking me about your life purpose. Here we go. Yeah. Purpose in life. What don't I understand? Okay. The first thing you don't understand, Jeanette, is that you're supposed to feel uncomfortable. You're supposed to feel imbalanced, because you're that person who brings the harmony and balance into situations. You're that person. So when you're looking for it elsewhere, you're that person who brings it to everybody else. 2s are really great mediators. 2s are great at, drawing people together. Jeanette, you were guided down a road for your life. I'm going to say by your parents, because that's what it feels like. It's like, this is what you're supposed to do. Here's what here's how your life will be good if you do this, X, Y, Z, which they were doing a good thing in guiding you, but it wasn't good for you. Like, it wasn't the guidance you specifically needed, because your life here is to, oh geez. I mean, I'm not seeing anything like doctor, lawyer, anything like in a box like that. What I'm seeing is speaking. I'm seeing you go and like hold hands and comfort people. And, again, you're somebody else who feels misunderstood. Again, you do feel misunderstood. Well, we all suffered for a reason, because you're learning. What you're suffering, though, we all suffer for a reason, but we suffer extended when we're not learning that lesson. So the lesson that you're missing is that you don't have to put yourself out into harm's way in order to help other people. That's exactly what was just said to me. So what you need to do is find the balance between helping yourself and helping other people. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to like back out of situations that don't feel right. And I think you put yourself in a lot of situations that you thought you were doing the right thing, but it ended up hurting you. You know, does that make sense, Jeanette? So once you stop, and that's, I'm going to get into, I'm going to take a little tangent here for everybody. When we go and we say we're suffering, or, you know, this person did this to me and that person did this to me, what we're doing is we're telling the law of vibration, the law of attraction through our vibration, that we want that suffering to continue. Stick with me here, because in the vibration that we put out with our thoughts, our words, and our behaviors, we put out through our vibration what we're focused on. And if we're focused on suffering, if we're focused on what other people have done to us, if we're focused on that our life isn't that great, we put that vibration out. The law of attraction does not fix things. It doesn't bring you what you want. The law of attraction matches what you're putting out. So if you're focusing on everything bad about your life, the law of attraction is going to give you more of it. So what you need to do is focus on the good parts about you, the good parts about your life, and thank the universe for the things you have in your life that are good. And then the universe is going to feel that and bring you more of that. And then slowly all the suffering will dissipate. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? Because we've gotten very off track with what the law of attraction actually means. Okay. If you're new here, what I want you to do is give me a like on this live stream and subscribe to my channel, please. And also, I'm going to take a moment just to tell you I have a contest going for a free reading every month. So the next one I'm going to be announcing the 22nd is you put your information in at keytohappiness.com. The link is above on the chat box. And you can also join my private Facebook group where you can have interaction with me. And also go to patreon.com. Today's the last day for the $5 memberships where you will have one-on-one time with me and have exclusive material that I publish only on Patreon, not on YouTube. Okay, Jeanette. So I hope I answered your question there. Okay, so that was a lot to answer. I want you to think about that because it's a lot. What I want you to do is just contact me if you have more questions. I have a link above to make an appointment if you'd like one session with me. I want you to think about all of that and figure out what you can change in order to focus more on the positive parts about your life. Okay. And just if the suffering's over, it needs to be in the past. Don't keep reliving it because you will focus on that and you'll get more. I lived that, quite honestly. When I stopped doing that, my life changed completely. Okay. Let's go to, where was I? Did that. Did that. Nina. Okay. Okay, Nina. Do I have Nina's birth date? Nina, can you put your birth date in real quick if you're still here? I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay, so I'm waiting for Nina's birthday. I'm just going to write her name down here. So thank you, Nina. Oh, that's right. You're my birthday. Okay. So these questions about meeting up in person are so interesting to me just because of right now where we are with the state of the world. I think eventually you will. A Sagittarius-Libra connection is a very nice connection to have. So I think that's a very, very good one. They're telling you not to push it because you need to flow with life right now. Yeah. I'm seeing it. You're pushing this way too much. So if you push this too much, you're going to end up pushing it away. So follow along with just flowing and being happy with things how they are right now. Don't worry about the future. You want to focus on the now. Okay. Because if you focus on making now really good, you're going to the next part. Next part will be good and good and good. Okay. I don't get that he's scared. I have a feeling that he has, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility, a duty. He feels like he needs to live up to the expectations of his family. And that's huge for him. And it doesn't necessarily reflect on you. It reflects on him and how rigid he has become in his life in order to please his family. So again, they're just saying flow with it. Just flow with it because everything is fine. Really, I'm feeling like everything is perfectly fine with the relationship with you. What I'm seeing is him, and this side of it is a very difficult side for him. So, and if you start pushing it, he's going to be like, no, I'm out. So it feels like a good match. It feels really good. And whatever he's dealing with isn't for you to get involved in. You're just supposed to be there to support him if it comes up. And I don't think it has yet. All right. let's look at okay, I'm down to lousy Sabrino. Okay, future relationship, April 1st, 2020. So okay, birthday April 1st, 2002. Are you still here, Lousy Sabrino? Because what I'm feeling here is, this is a two-part answer. You're welcome, Nina. What I'm feeling here about this relationship is that you're going to have a relationship, but I think it's not going to go as far as you want it to go. But it is definitely for a lesson for you. And your life path is a 9, which means that you are the most evolved of all of the life path numbers. And you learn things more from endings than anything else. So this relationship feels like a lesson for you, first and foremost. And going into this relationship is actually going to end something else first. That makes sense. And then you're going to go into this relationship. You'll have it. And depending on what this person does in the relationship, that's going to determine if the relationship goes further or if it ends. But either way, you are going to learn lessons in this that are valuable for your future. So don't look at anything within this relationship as like a mistake or bad, or anything in the past even. I think you have that idea that people in the past, like, you've made mistakes, and there aren't any mistakes. They're only lessons. Okay. Let's see. Princess, you are next here. And I'm going to, this happens when I read too much. Sorry. Okay. What do we have? Hold on. They're planning something, Princess, but it's not as big as what you think it is. Okay, so we're going to go back to the question about expectations. So if you expect nothing to happen and then something happens, yay. But if you expect this big, big thing to happen and only something in the middle happens, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, so what you need to do with this question is go into it with 0 expectations of anything happening. Because then when it does, you're going to be very happy. Does that make sense? Okay. If you're new here, make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe to my channel. Didn't I just say let go of expectations, Princess? I can't give you details. They weren't showing me exact details. They were showing me just kind of levels of things. So, all right. Yeah. Okay, Bob, I got the 2 of them that you said that to address the 2 of them. Are those the, all right, is that it? Okay. Pooja Grover. When do we get a job? Okay. Okay, so I have Pooja Grover, 5 mix, and then Vanessa again. Okay. Can't answer that for you, Vanessa. No expectations. Oh, Princess. I'm sorry, Princess. No expectations. Okay, hold on. 19. Okay. When you're going to get a job. Okay. Sorry, Princess. Okay. So, Pooja Grover, when will you get a job? What I'm feeling in your energy, Pooja, is that you are very, very negative about yourself. And that's my first, okay. You will get a job when you can feel inside yourself that you are not a failure. You made no mistakes in any of the situations before. Because what's happening right now is you're putting out the vibration of kind of desperation, but more of, that you messed things up before. And people will feel that vibration, and that's why you're not getting the jobs that you want. So it takes a little bit of a determination for you to look back at what happened before and realize that it's nobody's fault. It's not even your fault, and it's nobody's fault. It just happened. And that you are very skilled and talented in your chosen field. But it is like this vibration that's going out that's keeping jobs away from you. To change that, you definitely just need to say it's in the past. I'm focusing on now. I'm concentrating on what I like and what is great about my life. And I'm thanking the universe for all the good things. And I'm thanking the universe specifically. They're telling me, tell the universe, thank you for the abundance of job opportunities that are coming, that are with me. Thank you for the abundance of job opportunities that are with me. Because when you say that, they will come. Does that make sense, Pooja? Do you need any extra guidance on that one? Okay. Okay. Okay, missed this one below. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to this one that I missed that Bob said, and then I'm going to go back to 5 mix. Okay. I want to ask about fertility relief in terms of adding a number. I feel like there's a lot of people around you. Am I right here? Bharti, am I right? Am I right? There's a lot of people around you. I have no idea what's going on between Bob and 5 mix, but I will go up later and find that out. There's a lot of people around you, and the question about your fertility in your life, it's like you're looking around at all these people and you're wondering, like, how did this happen? But, I'm having issues. Okay. All right. I need to get a little bit more specific about adding a new member. Is that you're about adding another child? Correct? And the only reason I'm asking that is because I keep seeing Cody from Sister Wives popping in my head. So are we talking about adding another child, or are we adding another person into the mix? Let me know. Okay. 5 mix. I'm sure it's fine. So let me know that. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. They were going so fast. I'm sorry. I know I missed them. I'm sorry. I think you're focusing on this a lot, Bharti. Okay. Yeah, you're focusing on this a lot. And let me tell you the story about Bob. Bob's adopted, and his parents didn't think they could have kids. So they adopted him, which, best choice they ever made because he's awesome. And then 9-10 months later, they got pregnant with their own child. So, and that's what happens when people they focus on things too much and it won't come. Hello. Hi, new members. So what you need to do is just relax. It's going to happen. But it will happen quicker when you relax and just kind of sink into the moment and not think negative things like, oh, we can't do this. Why does everybody else have it? We can't do this. You can. It's a matter of you're pressuring yourself a lot. You're pressuring yourself, and in this situation a lot. It will happen. It definitely will happen. You just need to relax a little bit. Okay. Okay. So let me go to, you said I'm going to go to Kushi Malik, birthday August 9th, 2003. Okay. Okay. Do you happen to have his birthday? I think I spoke to you before about this. I remember that name. He still has you blocked, right? I feel like your friend still has you blocked. And you need to move on from this because the negativity that's surrounding this question of will he come back? He's my closest friend. The negativity that's surrounding it and the feeling for you specifically that you aren't good enough is keeping other people away from you. So my advice, what I'm seeing is that you need to let this go for now. And I'm saying for now because I do think it's going to come up in the future. You need to let this go for now and allow these other good, better people coming in your life. So say something whenever you feel negative about the situation. Say to the universe, thank you for this opportunity to be free and have other choices of friends. Okay. Do you have this person's birth date? Again, they're just saying you need to move on from this. You need to move on. You need to open yourself up for other friendships. Okay. If you have the birth date, give that to me because I want to match it up with yours and see what that is telling me. All right. I'm going to call you Gupta because I don't know how to pronounce your first name. Is that okay? Okay, have your birth date. And then I'm going to come over to Gupta then. Bob, did I miss anybody? I hate when I miss people. Bob, let me know if I missed anybody, okay? Okay. So, missed you, Vanessa? Okay, I'll go back up to that. So you're 3. Oh, I can see why you're friends because you're both life paths 3, and that has to be fun. But let me go back up to this question. I feel like, Kushi, that this friendship wasn't what you thought it was. And we do that as 3s because I'm a 3. We do that as 3s where if we want something to be a certain way and it's not, we change it in our head. And then when people do things that they naturally do because they're that kind of person and we weren't seeing it, we get surprised. What I'm seeing is that this was not the friendship or the situation you thought it was, and you're holding on to that you're holding on to that. And that can be a dangerous place I lived like that for years with a few members of my family where it was like I wanted them to be the person I wanted them to be, but they weren't. And every time they came back into my life, it was devastating because they turned into these people who I really didn't like, but they weren't the people I thought they were. So we're kind of like psyching ourselves out. So again, the message is coming through from the guides that you need to let this go and really see it for what it was worth. Because I don't think I just get the feeling that you weren't treated very well in this. And like you're chasing after, I said at the beginning, you're chasing after somebody who won't turn around. I said that to somebody else. I want you to pay attention to that, okay? Let me know if that makes sense to you, Kushi. I really do want you to move on from this because it's going to be healthier for you. Okay? All right. So, Bob, just tell me who's next because I said Gupta, right? Vanessa. Okay. I have Vanessa. Vanessa is okay. Vanessa. Give me a thumbs up, Bob. Am I going to Vanessa next? Okay. Vanessa, do you see me moving to a new home or state? And then Gupta's asking, okay. Vanessa. The word New Jersey just popped in my head. Do you live in New Jersey, or is there a place that you're looking at in New Jersey? Okay, 5 mix next. Got it. No, I'm not ignoring your messages. I'm looking straight at your messages. I'm trying to go down the list. I'm sorry. Yes, I did mix 5 mix. I'm sorry, 5 mix. I'll give you more time, okay? Okay, 1 second. Think about that, Vanessa. I'm seeing the word New Jersey. I'm going to pop back to you. 5 mix. I moved to a new school. I'm very curious. What's your birthday, 5 mix? You don't live in New Jersey. Okay, I'm seeing New Jersey come up. I will get back to that because there's more to it, though, so stand by. Gupta, stand by. I'm okay. I can handle this. You guys just hold on, okay? 5 mix. I need your birthday, unless you gave it already. 5 mix. Thank you very much. All right, well, now I know why you're funny. Okay. So 5 mix, your question is, and I completely understand how you're funny now because you're 3. Okay. I think they think you're attractive. I do. I think you know that. You have a sense about you, though, that's very, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like there's a part in you, 5 mix, that you're a bit shy to go and approach somebody. And it's that old rejection thing where you don't want to be rejected. And the thing is, if you go up to somebody and they say no, then, you pat yourself on the back for having the confidence to go and ask, right? I do see a number of people who would be interested in dating you. They're literally screaming the word respect in my ears. Have you had an issue before, 5 mix, with boundaries and respect? Like, where somebody has told you that you're not being respectful or you're not doing boundaries, that would be an area of where you need to focus moving forward. So don't regret what happened before. Moving forward, that's where you need to focus on, okay? See, it's funny, 5 because I don't think you're shy at all. I think you're have a little bit of a low confidence issue going on here, and that can be easily remedied just by, I take the example of me. I never thought in my life I'd be a YouTuber ever, but when I needed to get my message out, my guides were like, "You're doing it, go." They pushed me. That's kind of what you need to do here. Okay, you will be fine. Just make sure you keep those boundaries tight and very, very secure. And by boundaries, I mean that personal space. When somebody says like they're doing something else, just trust that that's what they're doing. Don't be suspicious about it. Okay. Yeah, they do. Okay, they do. There's lots that do. Okay. I love that Bob's giving advice. That's funny. Bob's good advice. I have to tell you, he's not psychic, but he is very good with like the earthly advice. I'm up here and he works down here. That's why we're a good pair together. Okay. Bob, who is next? Okay. Have 5 mix and then Gupta, right? And then Shaban next. Okay. Gupta, you are... and Gaggy. Yeah, another 5, really. Okay, Gupta, you're 5. Yeah, I answered that question already, Bob, from Gaggy. Okay, so the situation with Nikki Gupta, I'm feeling very that it is distant, and maybe not in situational like distance, but emotional distance. Is this somebody that you've wanted to have a relationship with, but it hasn't happened yet? Is that true? Yeah, Gupta, I'm on you. Nikki, I'm talking about Nikki. Yeah. I don't, I'm going to totally go back to one of my favorite TV shows, Sex and the City. You know, I don't think she's that into you. I think she's a very open person and you can have a friendship. But I don't think that relationship is there. Yeah. Yeah. So, Gupta, when somebody blocks you, that's usually a good sign to move on. Um, because I don't think it's just not there. I'll just put it that way. So what I want you to do is put a pin at the end of this relationship. Just end it. Period at the end of it and move on and think about what you've learned from it. All right. So how to, approach situations like this without them, ending up like this. That's what you need to learn. Okay. I don't see her reaching out to you, Gupta. I don't. It feels very just null. This relationship between the two of you. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. Gaggy asked me in the beginning about the energies. We'll do that. I'm on Shibrana. When can I expect to meet my future spouse? Is that true? Okay. Yeah, Gupta, I'm sorry. I want you to be really moving on with positivity. Okay. This was supposed to be a lesson for you. All right. It's not supposed to be something to hang on to. All right. When can you expect to meet your future spouse? I think you've already met your future spouse. I think, yeah. Your birthday is 10/14/98. You've known this person, and it's like somebody you've had a friendship with, and you've never really considered it. But this is the person that you're meant to be the spouse of. No, they're telling me it's always been there, and you've kind of ignored it and shrugged it away. That's who it is. Okay. I feel like you went to school with this person and they've always just kind of been around, but they've never really showed you how they feel. So you need to take a really good look at people you're still kind of in contact with who you've gone to school with. Does that make sense? Shaban? Very quiet. This person's very quiet. This person is, honestly, this person is admiring you from afar. It's like a lovely little feeling I'm seeing here. So what you need, just turn around and look at people you already know, because this is a person you already know. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm up to Gaggy. Okay. Energies are coming across. Gaggy, if I didn't already know this was a problem, I would tell you I'm getting a pain in my back right here. We need to get that taken care of. You are looking for regards to love. What I'm seeing for you, Gaggy, is you are really coming out of your shell. You've been in your shell for a long time. And this next year is going to be you blossoming. So what I would suggest to do is not focus so much on looking for love, but blossoming in your own right. And that love will come to you. Okay. Niam, messages to hear. There's your birth date. Niam, are you new? I haven't seen your name before. Welcome. Those of you that are new, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and then like and like this live stream for me, please. Okay. Okay. Where am I at? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. And for those of you that are new, let me explain a little bit about what I do. I don't do readings like as my day job. This is just fun for me on the weekends. What I do in my day job is I help people through spiritual awakenings, any kind of depression or challenges they're having in their life. And it's like spiritual guidance, spiritual counseling. So clients meet with me once or twice a month, and I have a one-on-one relationship with them. If Tina's still around, she can explain. I have a couple of my clients that I just saw on here. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, today's the last day for the $5 memberships at patreon.com. I put the link at the top. I also have larger packages where I will work with you on a daily basis to get you through your struggles, also at patreon.com. So go ahead and look at Patreon. And if you have any questions, let me know. Also, please go over to the private page I have, the Key private group on Facebook, and ask to join that, because I'm also on that and I will help people on questions, day-to-day questions. And, all right, let me get back to math. Math was not my best subject, so give me a second. Okay, Bob, I can hear you. Okay, that's a 3. So messages. Okay. Are you having a disagreement with whom I am guessing is your mother, but it's a woman who's older than you, and it's a challenging relationship? Nima, you having a difficult relationship, and again, it looks like it could be your mother, but it's a woman who is older than you with more of authority, and you're having like maybe you're having a silent war. There's some challenges, yeah. They took me right there. So it's either your mother or your mother-in-law. I'm feeling mother, though. It's your mother. Okay. It's interesting with moms, being a mom myself, that we want what is best for our kids. And when they're not doing what we think is best, then it's kind of like a feeling of, what did I do wrong as a parent? What did I do wrong that they're not doing what I want them to do? When you're making your own choices in life, because you can do that. A lot of parents seem to forget that the umbilical cord got cut. And this is a situation we're having here, is that she thinks you need to be doing what she wants you to do, and you have other things you want to be doing. They're telling me to not ever doubt your mother's love. Don't ever doubt your mother would lay down and die for your life to be spared. That's how deep her love is for you. She worries that you won't be well taken care of, which is exactly what's being said to me. She worries about you not being taken care of because you are just such a treasure to her. So she's trying to get you to get everything in line, and it's frustrating her because you're not doing it the way she wants you to do it. I think if you just validate for her that that's what you know she's doing, and you know that she loves you, that's going to cool some things down. Hey, everybody. Hey, new people. It's not ever going to stop her worrying, but she needs to know that you understand that she loves you. All right. Because right now it's a very contentious kind of thing. And as long as there's mutual love and respect there, you guys will be able to talk through things. All right. Right now, it's just based upon like she's feeling kind of like, you know, I love her so much. Why doesn't she do this? And I can see your side of this where it's like, yeah, but it's my own life and I want to do this. So just come from love and go talk to her. Okay. Go talk to her. And because she's coming from the standpoint of when she was raised, where she was raised, it's like the parents arranged everything. This is what I'm definitely seeing. And now there's a new, you're telling me it's a new world order now. So that's what you just need to explain, and come from love. Like, don't raise your voice. Don't go in and like, just explain to her, you know, that she loves you. You know, you just need her support, and like have that kind of a conversation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. She definitely doesn't want that for you. That's what she's worried about. Everything needs to be in order. Okay, so let me go back to, okay. So right, do you see the contract that I'm getting? You were asking about a business contract, right? What I was seeing with the business contract was that it was may not be the contract that you're looking at right now, but it will be a contract that will be coming. And okay, so Bob can tell this to you too. Every time we looked at a house, we fell in love with one house, the first house we loved, and for some reason it didn't come through. And we always ended up getting that second house, and it was great. The second house was exactly what we needed. But for some reason, we always had to go through the first house to learn our lessons and what not to do in order to get that second house. And same thing with job interviews. So I think that's what this is. I don't know that you're going to get this contract. You're going to get the next one that comes, and that one's going to be better for you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back up because I did skip again. Sorry. Okay. Was it Neom? Julius. I'm on Julius. Let me just say, everybody, welcome. If you're new, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Always also head over to Facebook on the Key Private Group. And I'm also on Instagram where you can follow me there too. Okay. Julius. They miss me if they think a long time without me. You're a girl, my friend and classmate. Okay. Okay, so I get the sense, Julius, that it's like you feel left behind. Like they went this way and you feel left behind. I think they still think highly of you. It's kind of how life goes, like in that kind of an age range where, that's how you know who your good friends are. It's like you can kind of separate and then you come back together and it's like nothing has changed. So let me get your life path though. Hold on a second. So 17. Okay, you are extremely grounded and logical, Julius. Extremely grounded and logical, because your life path is a 1 and your attitude is a 6, and a 6 is very calm, very grounded. The complete opposite of a 5. You know how I don't know if you were around earlier when I was like 5s are like, hey. The 6 is very grounded. They love nature. They are very much the salt of the earth. As a 1, you like lists, you like black and white thinking, you like how things are going to go in an order. So what I'm seeing here is this wasn't expected. That's why you're thinking of because are you isolated? Are you isolated, Julius? And I don't mean just in this whole, like, I can't say the word on YouTube, but the whole like mask situation we have here. Do you feel isolated, that you've like taken yourself out of the game kind of, Julius, where it's like, well, what about me? What about me? That's exactly how I'm getting this feeling from you, Julius. So your friends, yeah, like your friends are still your friends. I think you need to reach out to them. I think you need to, it's just life has taken them away. It has nothing to do with you. Okay. Does that make sense to you, Julius? Let me know. Okay. I'm going to go to, all right, Vanessa, get back to New Jersey. Sorry. You asked about if you were moving, right? To what state you were moving to, or right away when I saw that question, it was like New Jersey. So I get the sense that you're going to be in New Jersey, but you'll be working somewhere else. Like, will you be going into the city? Will you be going into the city? I see you. I mean, that's what it feels like to me, that you're going to be ending up on that side and like you'll be working not where you're living. But New Jersey was very clear to me. Okay. So Did you ask me about a job change? Because that's also what they're telling me. Let me scroll up here. Yeah, Vanessa, I'm seeing a job change. Yeah, new job. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you need to look in that area of the world. New Jersey, working in New York. Yeah, and this comes out of left field. I can feel it. You're like, I never thought of that. Yeah, it's because you're very much thinking inside this box where you have to step out of the box of, okay, the world's open to me, where's the best. And literally, like New Jersey, it has just so many opportunities for you, not necessarily in Jersey, but around it. So take a look for that. Okay, Vanessa? Okay, cool. All right, let me go next. That went off. Do you see the, okay, asked that already. Sharma, okay, any questions? Okay. Hey, Bob, I'm getting my psychic headache. So what I'm going to do is go to about 12:30. All right. So I'll take questions for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to cut it off because I get a headache right here if I go too long. So what was that? Sharma. Okay. So Sharma, 2294. Another 5. Interesting. Okay, so it's another one. Sharma, I'm not sure that she's going to reach out to you. I don't think she's in the same place you are right now, Sharma. They're telling me definitely let it cool, let it cool, let it cool. You've been all over it, been all over this. You just need to let it simmer down for a little bit. So, and kind of give her space. And there will be a time that she does reach out for you, but it's not going to be right now. All right. And you need to accept that. Okay. Let me go to the next question. All right. Manish Lohan. Will my parents agree for my marriage? Okay. Okay, get in your life path right now, Manish. Okay. Okay, 4. That's the first 4 I've seen today. Okay. You are an awesome combination, Manish Lohan. You're an awesome combination. Okay, so your life path is a 4, which means 4 legs on a table, 4 walls in a house. You're very stable. You love structure. You very much are, people come to you for like advice because that's the kind of person you are. An 8 is like, well, it's the double of a 4. Most athletic, super, like, I want to say superheroes, but like most athletic professional athletes are 8s because they have that brawn about them, but they also have a lot of like brain prowess where they can, I'm not even getting into that conversation, but I was going to say where they can get through college and the NFL, but we won't even go there. An 8 has a lot of power of finance, a lot of power with, value of things. They're really good at earning money and keeping money, or earning money and losing money. But that is an 8 is your attitude. So your 4 is very, very structured. And then you have come over and flavored your life path with the ability to find value in most everything that you have in your life. And if you don't find value in things, you tend to just not even pay attention to them. So yeah, I think they're going to agree to this. this marriage, because your parents are a lot like you, where they look at things very logically and they look at things very down into the future of how is this going to work out. I do feel like this match between you is good. Was it a love match to start with, or like I feel like there is that love coming. I do think it's going to be fine for you. It's not going to happen though. The actual marriage. I'm going to say 1 year, but they will agree to this. I have a really good feeling about it. Okay. Next one, Nishu. Thank you for subscribing, Manish and Nishu. I'm following a person for spiritual healing work. Am I on the right path? Okay. Let me check your life path. But generally, when people follow the path of being a spiritual healer, you know you already are. There aren't people who are like, well, I'm just going to try this and see if this works. No, spiritual healing is definitely a gift and a talent. So if you're following that, you know you have something there. But let me just check your life path real quick and see what they're telling me. Mm-hmm. Life path's a 9, which is the most evolved of all the life path numbers. So you do definitely listen to people a lot and understand them on a level that most people can't understand them on. When you say you're following a person for spiritual healing work, can you explain what that means, Nishu? Can you explain, like, is this somebody that's teaching you, or is this somebody you're just kind of watching? Because I have a clarification for what you need to be doing, okay? I'm going to write that down so when you get back to me, I know what I'm saying. Okay. So I'll wait for Nishu to come back. All right, Carrie. Carrie, can I just give you the answer no? Let me dig into this. Carrie, what's your birthday? Did you put your birthday here? Okay. Okay. So what tipped me off here, Carrie, was that term trying to get away from. Was that is actually how you feel, trying to get away from. And you just said the person I'm dealing with. So incidentally, that the image that just popped in my head is this has been a very contentious relationship. You've tried to make it work. You are a 7, which means that you're spiritual and logical in the same breath. With a 5, you're lots of fun. Put it that way, lots of fun. They're saying that you actually physically need to get away from the situation in order to make it as smooth as possible. Does that make sense to you, Carrie? Yeah, why'd they hide that message? I have no idea. You can add that message in, Bob. I don't know. Okay, so hold on. Carrie, does that make sense to you? They're actually telling me that you do need to physically like separate yourself from this person. And when you physically separate and you kind of put that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're telling me you have to move. This is not a good situation for you. I'm really like, I have another client. I have a client who I'm helping through this kind of a situation, and we've made a plan. Like she's going to be leaving soon, and we've made a plan. And they're reminding me of what I had said to her. So there's 2 things I've said to her that I want to tell you. The first thing is you need to have a code with one of your friends, your parents, whoever, that if you can't actually get to your phone to dial 911 or whatever, you just type in X and send it to somebody, and that's your code for them to come to help. And the other thing I had suggested is when she does finally leave, that she needs to go somewhere else over like spring break in order to alleviate the issue of this person trying to find her. Okay. That's exactly what I'm seeing happening to you. And although it's not your fault you're in this position, it is your responsibility to get yourself out of it. So you're going to be fine. Let me put it that way. You're going to be fine. It will be rocky if you stay where you are right now. That's why they're suggesting just go somewhere else for a while, and live your life, let it settle, and then this person will move on. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to you, Carrie? I don't want to scare you because you're going to be fine. But if you're looking for the smoothest way out, you need to just get away from it. And we have an offer for a bodyguard. Okay. I love our community. Thank you, Jim Brothers. Okay. Carrie, let me know if you have any other questions. You can also DM me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I can help you a little bit more with that. Okay. Blue sky. How does the Chris get through? Okay. How I read this was that exactly when you said the cancer feel about me, that's kind of, I think, what this relationship feels to me like. It's like you like each other, but it's just not healthy. So I think there's affection there. I think there's definitely like affection there. I think there's friendship there. Moving forward with anything else than that, I think would be a bit dodgy. That's my take on it. Okay. Hey, if you're new, make sure that you hit that like button on this live stream and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. Also, head on over to the links at the top that I put at the chat. Today's the last day to get into my membership program for $5 where I get exclusive material. I don't put it on YouTube. And I also work one-on-one with people over on Patreon. So go ahead. And then I also have a contest for a free reading if you want to sign up there. Okay. Okay, Jim Brothers. Wouldn't it be good if we knew what people look like? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Would be pretty helpful. Okay. I will tell you, Jim Brothers, that the universe never ever gives us like what we're looking for ever. They give us people who we need and who love us, and they're never in the form that we actually want them in, because that's a lesson to trust the universe. And when we love those people that we didn't initially think we'd be attracted to, it's like, wow, universe knew what I wanted, you know? Okay. So, okay, let me get back to your, again, see, 8. Okay. It's an attitude number. Okay. All right. Okay, so this person, I do see a lot of blonde hair around her. I see it's so cliche though. Give me something else. I mean, really, it's like, oh, she takes care of her body, but your name's Jim Brothers, so they got to give me something else. I'm seeing her have a small child. There's a little boy. So I believe she's going to be a single mother, and be very, very standoffish of all relationships because of what she's gone through with this boy's father. So when you are, looking to date this person, be sure that you're being gentle and giving her space. All right. Does that make sense to you? Oh, no. It feels good to me. Okay. Let me go to... think I answered that message about Sophie already, didn't I? Let me go back up. Yeah, will Sophie reach out to you? I don't believe she's going to, Sharma. Yeah, I don't believe she's going to, and it's one of those things where you just kind of need to learn from it and move on. All right, Bob, do I have any other messages? I mean, I have this one, sunflower. Something who I am. Okay. I can do that. Okay, give me 1 second. Hey, Sunflower, they're telling me that you're posing questions to try to trip me up. I'm down. You want to play? I'm down. Okay, so that's a life path 11-2, and then a 3, which is a lot of, so a 3 life path is extremely outgoing. These are the entertainers of the world. These people are, well, I'm a 3, so I can tell you I'm a 3. They are good writers. They are good actors. They are good comedians. They are very good performers. They don't mind being the center of attention. You have a 11 and a 2, which is interesting because that's very balanced in 3s. Haha, no words, Bob. 3s generally aren't balanced. 3s generally fly by the seat of their pants. So let me go into who you are. Hold on. So they're telling me that there's relationships. They're telling me relationship issues, but in the way that every single relationship that you've had has kind of chipped away at your foundation, has made you a little bit less trusting of the world at large. I don't think you want for anybody, because I think you have a long list of people who would love to be with you, but and it's been that way. But your trust just isn't there where it used to be, because somewhere between the ages of 17 and 20, you really hit a rough patch. Yeah, Jay, I see too. If you want to find that question for me, sometime between 17 and 20, you hit a rough patch, Sunflower. And in that rough patch, I mean, you were really thrown for a loop. There were things that happened that I'll apologize for you for whatever for these happening. Sorry that happened to you. You're still stuck in that spot there where you don't trust people. And the thing is, for that to happen, when we have things that happen to us that are so harmful and so deeply, deeply destructive, we're supposed to understand that loving ourselves unconditionally is the lesson. No matter how anybody else treats us, we need to love ourselves unconditionally. And there's something about you that says, I'm just not lovable. I'm just, there's just something wrong with me because people treat me like this. Now, those of you who've been with me for almost 2 hours now, 3 hours now, I haven't said this once yet, okay? What I want to tell you, Sunflower, is the guys are telling me that you're somebody who probably should reach out to me, make an appointment so we can talk more about this, because they're telling me you do need help along your way. And I haven't said that once yet to anybody. They're saying for you that you definitely need to reach out to me so I can talk to you one-on-one about what this is about, because it's like you want to put yourself out there, but you don't. You're not even in the right. It's like you're in a life path. You're in the life that it's like living by default. Okay, this got handed to me. This is fine. It's comfortable. I may not be happy, but it's comfortable. I'm going to go with it. And there's so much more for you to be doing in your life that you have to be living with purpose. And what I mean living with purpose, that means you're making meaningful choices to improve your life rather than just staying comfortable, because meaningful choices will make you uncomfortable sometimes to get to that better spot. Okay. Sunflower, my entire family has died. I completely understand. It has that. My whole family has died. I only have my husband and my kids. So I really do understand that people die. It is really hard. It is lonely. Check out the link above to make an appointment with me, okay? And you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and then we can try to connect that way, all right? I do think you do need some support, and they brought you to me specifically because you need that spiritual guidance, all right? Vanessa, job. I'll get back to that 1 second. I want to get to Jay because thank you, Bob. I love he has to type. Don't forget to drink. Hold on. Cool, Sunflower. DM me if you have any questions, okay? Jay. I'm going to do Jay and then Vanessa. And then I want to talk about expectations about your life before we go, okay? Jay. Because when we have expectations in our life and people don't meet up to them, that's where we kind of get set back and we set ourselves up for failure. So I'd like to explain that also today. Okay, so one. Well, those are two very big questions, Jay. Let me start with the first one. So I get the feeling that, is it Aja? I'll say Aja. Aja did something that hurt you. And that's why, well, that's why you've broken up. But she also feels that you hurt her. So there's some mutual respect issues going on here that you both have to own up to. Okay. So it's not one party or the other. It's both of you. I think we can't even discuss a child right now. We need to discuss why you are having difficulties, okay? Because if we're pointing fingers at each other and not really accepting responsibility, then a relationship will never move forward, all right? So if you understand that, Jay, you've both done things. I think you both need to talk. There is an opportunity to get back together, but it will only last as long as you both are taking responsibility for respecting each other and loving each other in a respectful way. All right. I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, let me know. And then Vanessa, job. It's just with a lot of people, Vanessa. I mean, with a lot of people. So, I mean, the first word I was hearing was like a bank, but it's not a traditional job. And this is what I mean. I think it's a position when I'm looking at like the New Jersey aspect of things, it's not a traditional job. It's something that's going to come up for you. That's going to come out of the blue. And that's why I said to widen your net a bit, because it's not something that you're actually looking for. There's a bank involved. It's not like you're going to be a teller though. There's a bank involved in this. I get the feeling, do you have a business background? I get the feeling you're very good with like numbers and business, and like that's the direction it's taking. If you have any other questions though, please, you can make an appointment with me, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. And when I have a chance, I check those messages a lot. Okay, so I have more questions. Yeah, Jay, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot. Okay, so rewind this and listen to what I said. Okay. Okay. I will answer, Bob, what I want to do is answer the last questions that came in. If you can put something there, just says no more questions. And I'll answer YK and Deepwana. I think those are the last two, okay? So what I want to talk about with expectations in your life is when you go into a situation, when you go into, like, let's just say a job, or you go into even an interaction with your parents at dinner, we all have expectations. And when those expectations are not met, what happens is we end up feeling, like bad. Like what's happened to us? Like, why did this happen? Why does this always happen to me? The key to having that fixed is walking into those expectations, walking into those areas of your life and your events with no expectations. All right. Don't expect somebody, to like be nice to you. Don't expect somebody, like, even if they're your coworker, don't expect them to actually do their job. Okay. Because how many of us actually have had that problem where their coworkers don't do your job? So if you go into these situations with no expectations, when somebody does something, you're going to be like, yay. Okay. And if you see some place where you can jump in and help, you can pat yourself on the back then and go, wow, I helped. I did a really good job because look how nice of a person I am. And this all comes from not having expectations in any kind of a situation. Okay. You go in knowing you're a nice person, you're capable, people love you, people are, attracted to you, going to communicate with you. And that is it. All right. Go into every situation you have with absolutely no expectations, and then it will get better from there. All right. This is something I'm going to be talking more about with my Patreons. So if you're interested, again, today's the last day for the $5 memberships. It's in the links Bob just put up there. If you have any questions, what I want you to do is message me on Facebook or Instagram. You can make one-on-one appointments with me. If you're interested in getting a contest, being a contest winner where you win a free reading with me, you enter the contest, and it's 22nd of every month. I'm going to announce who the winner is for that month. Okay. All right. Let's go to YK Lim. Okay. Here we go. I just saw it and now I can't see. Okay. June 2nd, 1984. Okay. I think Eunice is split between reconciling or moving on. I think she very much feels that she should move on because she was never happy, or she hasn't been happy for a number of, I want to say, years. But there's also that love that she will, and I honestly do think she will always have it. But I do believe she's leaning more towards the moving on portion of this, just because she feels like she wants a fresh start. And, whatever happened between the two of you happened. And, I look at things like, reconciliation can only be valid if both people are willing to look at what their role was. And I don't think she's willing to go back and explore that. Even if she might feel the urge to sometimes, it was really hard for her. So what I'm seeing for you, though, is if you can move on from this, you are going to step into a very nice life. And I see that better for you too, to move on from this. Even though there might be the opportunity to reconcile, I think you're going to be getting yourself back into that same kind of sinking ship that you were in before. And that's just what I'm seeing from this question. Okay. And then should I wait for him or move on? Let's see. 5 minutes. My general answer is, when anybody asks me if they should wait or move on, like, there's no reason to wait around for somebody who's not, like, paying attention to you. But let's see what I get from the guides. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely saying you need to move on because number one, your life path number is a 9 and you learn from endings of things. So ask yourself, what did you learn from the ending of this? I don't even know if it was a relationship. It was like you wanted it to be a relationship. But what have you learned from this? How has it made you a better person? What have you learned? And it's not that like, oh, I'm unlovable or he's a hard person, blah, 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 blah. What have you learned that has made you a better person out of this experience? That's the lesson you need to take. I do feel like you should move on. But like I said in the beginning, it's because of like, why chase somebody who's running away from you? All right, so I'm going to go back to the card that I picked at the beginning of the session. It's from Byron Katie. Byron Katie is awesome. She has this book called Loving What Is. I recommend it. This card says, the worst loss you've ever experienced is the greatest gift you can have. And that means, I'm going to put this to the last question. That means like all this pain that we're going through, all of this struggle that we go through is really for a reason. And it's not because life is hard. Life's not really supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be a little challenging and we learn our lessons and move on. So the worst loss I've ever experienced, now I'm thinking about my parents, losing my parents. Like it was really hard to lose my parents. But what have I learned from that is that I don't have to be somebody who somebody else defines. Like they defined me as one thing that I wasn't. And it took a long time to get out of that. All right. And now I am me. I am who I am. And if they've chosen not to be in my life, then they've chosen that. And I wish them well. But when you experience loss, it's for a reason. And you need to think about what is that reason. With my clients this week, we've been talking about what our egos have been teaching us, such as my ego. One of my clients was, my ego has taught me that anything I do must be perfect. And what happens when we want everything to be? Is anybody perfect? Does anybody do anything perfect? No. So that ego has taught her a lie. Okay. Another one was, my ego has taught me in order to be kind, I need to sacrifice myself, my finances, my well-being to be kind. Is that true? No. Ego, again, is telling you a lie. So we need to flip it. So if you want to know, if you want to work one-on-one with me, you go to the patreon.com link. I would love to talk to you and meet you and see how I can help you. Make sure you hit this like button on this live stream and you subscribe to my channel. Also on my my Facebook private group, which I just started, I would love to have more people in there to chat with. But if you're interested in having a session with me, go ahead and book a session, or you can become a Patreon member and then we can talk one-on-one. It's just us and I can get to know you personally. You guys all have a lovely day. Thank you for coming to this live stream. It was really fun. I will see you next week at the same time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.